Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Self Care 360. If you are new to my channel, I am Adassa, the voice behind ROS Beauty, Health, and Marriage. In this space, we talk about healing, thriving, and creating a life that feels good from the inside out. Today's topic is deep but necessary: healing from the inside out. If you've been feeling drained, anxious, or just not yourself, this episode is for you. I've been on my own healing journey, and I want to share what's helped me mentally, emotionally, and physically. We're going to cover it in 5 points. The first point is recognizing when you need healing. Point number 2 is the power of mental wellness. 3, emotional healing strategies. 4, caring for your physical body. And 5, building a sustainable self-care routine. Sometimes we push through life without realizing how much we need healing. For me, those signs are exhaustion, irritability, and feeling disconnected from myself. If you feel the same way, type ouch in the comments, because I'm sure I am not the only one. It's like a hamster wheel going around in a circle. We're not achieving the goals we want to achieve. We just feel tired and drained all the time, and we wonder why. Stick around. We'll find out together. Ask yourself these questions. Are you constantly overwhelmed? No matter what you do, no matter how you rest, you're still tired. Do you struggle to set boundaries? Sometimes our stress comes from the people that we know: the girlfriend, the guy friend, the husband, the children. Everybody seems to be tugging off of our life energy. At times we get to the point where we don't have anything else to give. That's where setting boundaries come in. Do you feel physically drained even after resting? Have you ever gone to bed and get up in the morning and you feel tired? And you're like, what's going on? And then what I've noticed is that they have an answer for everything. One of the answers is sleep apnea. Medically, you are ill to the point where you need a machine to help you breathe. Our bodies were made from the ground. The healing that we need come from the ground. The food that we eat, the way we manage our stress. So let's take a look a little further. So if any of this sound familiar, it may be time to focus on your healing. Sometimes we may feel, okay, I don't have the flu, I didn't break anything, and so I'm well. Healing is mental and emotional, not just physical. Self-Care 360 came about as a result of my own healing. I started the journey back in June of 2024. There was a desire to feel better without depending on medicine. The things that I'm experiencing, I'm sure, because I know that I'm not the only one. Let's talk about the power of mental wellness. Mental health is the foundation of everything. You can have your fancy car, you can have all the money in the bank, but if you don't take care of your mental health, you end up suicide. You end up hurting yourself, hurting other people. So it's important that we touch all aspects of our health. The little mani and the pedi and the massage and getting your nails done is touching the outward. We want to heal from the inside, because if we feel good on the inside, the external is not as important. I like a good massage, but that's not what I live for. I want to heal from inside so that beauty can radiate to the outside and touch somebody else's life. All right? So I started therapy a while ago, and it has changed the way I see myself and my experiences. Journaling has become a daily habit for me. Now, because of being busy, I got spoiled. And the iPhone now have a journaling app. If it's late at night and I don't want to wake up my husband, I'll just take up my app and type my thoughts, the things that bothered me all day, the things that I want to get off my chest. I put them in my journal and give them a topic. If I don't have a lot of time and I'm in a private area where I can talk without interruption, I hit the audio record and record my journal entry. That way, I'm not keeping the things that's going on with me inside. And I take it out and I put it into something. One of these days, I may write a book. I have all the data. Maybe you're a pen and paper girl. Grab a pen and paper and start journaling. Take the things that bother you, put it on paper. Don't hold bitterness. Someone dear to me went through some hurt recently. The words I was able to give to her because of the things I learned myself is the person that hold the hurt and the pain in, the victim, is the one that is hurt the most. So the person that did you wrong, they're going on their merry way. They're not carrying anything. But when you hold on to the hurt and the pain and the anger, it's going to fester in the form of illnesses in your body, irritability. You're not going to be yourself. Writing down my thoughts and emotions helped me so much. And I always like writing anyways. It's a way for me to decompress. If therapy isn't an option for you right now, start with some mindfulness practices like meditation. And when I say meditation, I'm not talking about transcendental meditation, where you come out of your body and all of that deep stuff. What I'm talking about is taking 5 minutes and just quiet your mind and breathe deeply and focus on something that you like. Maybe a beach scene. Maybe listen to some music. Octavia Rahim taught us how to build a rest practice. So I have my little rest nest. It's a cozy spot inside my closet where I can get off work and go decompress. Maybe I want to read one of her books, listen to some music, or just meditate. I have my little rest nest for that. The next thing is deep breathing. Now, deep breathing goes a long way. Back in 2024, I took it upon myself to find out why when I go up and down the stairs, I was just huffing and puffing. I'm like, I walk at least 3 times per week. Sometimes I go for a 2.5 mile run. I'm active. I'm up and down the stairs every single day, so why am I so winded? I started seeing a pulmonologist. This has been going on for maybe the last 1.5 to 2 years. After 3 separate tests, everything came back negative. The pulmonologist wanted me to take another of the same test I did before, and I fired him right there. I started to look within myself and see what could be going on. Within that same time as when I started my healing journey, so I started to look into internal, see, okay, what's going on? And at a certain point, I had released my stress to a point where I noticed I got up one morning and that breathing issue I was having wasn't there as much. I'm not saying that it was gone 100%, but it wasn't there much. What I thought was that whenever I am stressed is when that happened. After taking a test to see if it was anything to do like asthma, bronchitis, or getting a chest x-ray, getting tests done to see if there was blood clot, nothing, everything negative. Even the inhaler that the doctor gave me, I decided that, you know what, those things are chemicals. I don't want them in my body. So I resorted to a system of breathing that was coined by Dr. Andrew Wild, and it is the 478 breathing technique. In that technique, you clean your lungs, release it of all the air, and then you inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. When we're babies, if you watch a baby sleep and look at the diaphragm, it's going up and down. But as adults, we don't breathe from our diaphragm. We breathe from our chest. So we're not getting enough oxygenated blood into our system. And so we're setting ourselves up for all kinds of illnesses. But what I'm all about is us taking our healing and our health into our own hands. And if you're in a situation where you need the treatments or the prescription you've been taking, more power to you. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm sharing with you because I'm all about prevention. I believe it's more important to prevent something than to try to cure it. Or maybe deep breathing is not your thing. So the other practices, listening to affirmations, or maybe writing your own. One of my previous videos, if you missed it, go back and watch. I talked about the benefits of affirmation in detail. And that entire series was about affirmations. So you can listen or write affirmations. And what that's going to do is shift your mindset over time. Meditation helps quiet your mind, reduces stress, and improve focus. Before you start your work day would be a good time to meditate because you're going to hit the day running and you already set yourself up to succeed. Deep breathing helps calm your mind, reduce stress, and improve oxygen flow. So let's improve the oxygen flow in our bodies. And affirmations reinforces positive thinking and boost self-confidence. Now, when I think about self-confidence, it brings to mind that in the Black community, whether you're Afrocentric or you consider yourself Black, because of the oppression that we have lived through, a lot of single parent households, a lot of mothers working 2 or 3 jobs or trying to go to school while they have 3 or 4 children. In some cases, the father is not there. That aggression is taken out on the children. And those children grow up and they lack that confidence. They have a lot of self-doubt. They talk down to themselves. Affirmations is going to be a good tool to boost that self-esteem. So you no longer have to succumb to how you were raised or talked down to. All right? Let's go ahead and talk about number 3, emotional healing strategies. Our emotional wounds often come from past experiences, relationships, or even childhood. Healing emotionally means listening to set and maintain boundaries, releasing past traumas through therapy, journaling, or self-reflection, and being kind to yourself instead of self-criticizing. My husband and I did a healing and deliverance ministry where we learned about the sins of the fathers and their resulting curses and how the traumas of the childhood is affecting our life as single people or affecting our marriages and as married people. And so we helped singles and couples alike. First of all, we helped them bring up past hurts, traumas, and pains and help deal with it. And that's important. That's a big ministry needed more than ever, especially in the time that we now live. We don't like the way we look. We try to emulate our oppressors, trying to look like them, because this was told to us from a baby. I remember watching a video, and these kids were like between 1 and 5 years old, toddlers. And they show them two dolls, a black doll and a white doll, and ask them which was the pretty doll, which was the ugly doll. All of those kids chose the black doll as the ugly doll. What does a 1 to 5-year-old know about being ugly? Because that's what we were told time and time again. So we looked at our beautiful black skin or brown skin. We're not a color. We're a people. And when we learn to love ourselves, that's going to be a step in the right direction toward our healing. All right. Number 4, we're going to talk about caring for your physical body. Your body holds onto stress and trauma. And that's why movement, nutrition, and rest is so important. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suggest 30 minutes of mild intensity physical activity 3 times per week. How many of us stick to that rule? Moving your body could be yoga 3 times per week. Maybe you're not into yoga. What about going for a walk? Get a good pair of walking shoes. Put your alarm on your cell phone. Put on your alarm for 15 minutes. Start walking. When the alarm goes off, walk back home. 3 times per week. And the challenge to yourself is each day that you go there and walk, try to walk a little further. You're not competing with anybody else. You're competing with yourself. Maybe you say, oh, my knees hurt. I don't like to walk. I don't have good sneakers. What about dancing? Maybe you like to dance. Put on your favorite beats and dance for 30 minutes. Let's get moving. Physical activity is going to help unstuck us from the rut that we're in. Or what about eating healing foods? Fresh fruits and vegetables, leafy greens, herbal teas. Those things are cheaper than all the meat that we buy in the grocery store and accessible. That's one thing I can say. You can get fresh fruits and vegetables in almost every store you go into. It's a little inconvenient to prepare it sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't taste as good. But lately, what I've done is I've started making my own salad dressing. So my son bought me 2 recipe books. First, he bought me a BlendJet, a personal blender that was 16 ounces, so I can blend my own personalized smoothie. It was sitting there because I have a regular blender. So he bought me 2 recipe books from the same company. And that got me motivated. So now I'm making my own salad dressings. I like the Italian dressing, but lately when I buy them, it's so sour. So now I can control that. And the ones I make don't have any preservatives. You can go to Publix, Walmart, Whole Foods, wherever you shop, and buy the spring mix. It's already ready to eat. Get you some shredded carrots, a couple of cucumbers, and make you a salad. Maybe you're not into making your own dressing, but get your favorite dressing and include salads into your life. Your leafy greens are right there. And then herbal teas. I have decided to eat according to my circadian rhythm. So when the sun rises is when I eat my first meal. And my last meal is before the sunset. About 4 years ago, I started intermittent fasting. I eat 2 meals a day. Sometimes within an 8-hour window is when I eat. I feel good. It's helped me to maintain my weight. It helps me to clear up my skin. And I'm including those leafy greens into my body. And the next one is prioritizing rest. Because your body can't heal if it's constantly exhausted. So let us prioritize rest. When I finished my affirmation challenge in October of 2024, the next challenge was to try to go to bed by 10 o'clock at night. The challenge was to make sure that I went to bed at a reasonable time. Because when we sleep, our bodies heal themselves. Another thing is that when we eat late, like try to eat before the sun goes down, because of our lifestyle, 2 or 3 jobs, the hamster wheel, we're on the second shift or the third shift, we don't get a chance to eat like a normal person. And so we go to bed with food in our stomachs and to sleep. Now your body is working while you're sleeping. How effective is your body going to be if your body have to work while you sleep? So rest is important. It's time for us to stop living in exhaustion and feeling like it's normal. Exhaustion is not normal. It's time for us to de-stress, decompress, so that we can feel better about ourselves. And number 5, we're going to build a sustainable self-care routine. Nothing wrong with your mani and your pedi and your facial and your massage, but we need to start looking inside. I am the proud owner of Rose of Sharon All Natural Health and Beauty Products, aka ROS Beauty. I started my company because I had really dry skin. The effects of the environment, age, the food that we eat or the non-food that we eat have all these effects. So many of us have dried skin, eczema, psoriasis. And so I started my business and been able to help individuals. I've had so many good testimonies from my clients and customers that have been using my product. Matter of fact, I had one customer leave a review to say that her husband's love language is massaging her feet. And ever since she started using my Shea Butter Body Cream, it's so much joy for her husband to massage her foot. So if you're looking for a product that's going to heal and maintain your skin, check out rosbeauty.net for my Shea Butter Body Cream. And while you're there, go ahead and peruse the rest of the products on the site. Healing isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong journey. But you don't have to do everything at once. I've said it over and over again in the Self-Care 360 series. Let us start small. Take 5 minutes a day and breathe deeply. Swap one unhealthy meal for a nourishing one. Set a boundary with someone draining your energy. Do you have that friend that every time you call them, they're gossiping and talking negative? Set some boundaries. Decide when you're going to talk to them, if ever. Because you need to protect yourself. Let's get into air hostess mode. Because unless we have our oxygen mask on, we're no good to anybody else. So let's put that mask on. And remember that the key is consistency. In consistency lies the power. Over time, these small habits create massive change. Are you with me? Healing starts with you. You deserve to feel whole, loved, and at peace. Let me know in the comments, which one of these healing practices are you going to start? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Until the next time, take care of yourself because you're worth it.